Hello and welcome back to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 27th of November and I have some news concerning Microsoft and the Xbox One, as Microsoft Studios boss, who of course is Phil Spencer, has made a statement to Kotaku that Microsoft is learning how to best handle the implementation of microtransactions in Xbox One games. And Phil did say to Kotaku that their use of microtransactions in future games will be guided by user feedback on games such as Killer Instinct, Forza 5 and Rise Son of Rome. And he said, quote, "I want to be able to learn from what we put in. So let's make sure we are crafting the game and the analytics so we can see what the consumers, the gamers, like and don't. If you assume buying habits are a reflection of what people like, so that we can craft the experience better for the gamer. It's easy to say something like, I'll never allow somebody to buy the win of the game. I won't let them buy victory, but that's kind of a trite answer. I'd say, yeah, I guess I have that line that we wouldn't have pay $5 and get 1,000 achievements or something stupid like that. I'm always pushing against that, but in reality, that's not what gamers are looking for. They're usually looking for customization and their gameplay style opening up." And in a separate interview, Turn 10 creative director who goes by the name of Dan Greenawalt told Shack News that the studio has the ability to adjust the in-game economy on the fly should it need to. However, responding to concerns that users have put in a very significant amount of time with the game in order to unlock some of the top cars, he has defended the in-game economy. And he said, quote, "The expectation is that different cars are more expensive and that makes them more rare. Because of the classification system, there is no top to the production classes. Currently, we have some players earning lots of credits and some players earning not nearly as much. This is a skill and strategy-based economy with rarity provided by in-game price, not locking mechanisms. Players can receive plus 65% payout for playing against the hardest skill level driver tiles, up to 50% bonus credit payouts for turning off the assists, and up to 35% payouts for sticking with a favourite manufacturer. That's a 150% bonus based on skill and strategy. When you couple that with driver tile rewards, UGC payouts and Forza rewards, which is their franchise-based loyalty rewards, there are plenty of ways to earn credits in Forza 5. However, the fact remains, racing, skill and strategy are the engine of the economy. Of course, we continue to monitor the economy via customer feedback as well as in-game telemetry, and we have the ability to make adjustments should it be warranted." Now, while it's right that if you're going to be implementing microtransactions that you should definitely be paying attention to what your users have to say, I've said this before and I will say it again until we continue to not see it again, which, I don't know, we probably won't ever see, to be honest. I do not agree with the implementation of microtransactions in any full-priced game. Now, Killer Instinct is fine. The way they've done the business model for Killer Instinct, cool. I actually really think that's a good idea, and it works pretty well for fighting games. That's fine. But, for example, I've said this before when GTA 5 came out and the multiplayer was revealed to be including microtransactions. And, of course, Rise Son of Rome has them as well. So, and I said this then, and I will continue to say it, I don't agree with AAA games, $60 games, 50 quid games basically, £45 depending on where you buy, having microtransactions. If I download a game for free on Steam or whatever, you can have microtransactions, yeah, cool, whatever, that's fine. Free to play, you know, more than welcome to have microtransactions. But when you're dealing with a full priced title that is by a big company, such as, of course, with Rise and Forza and Killer Instinct. Like I said, Killer Instinct is fine, but I'm just giving it as an example. And, of course, you've got GTA 5 as well. There should not be microtransactions in the game, especially if there's a multiplayer component. If it's just unlocking, say, I don't know, cosmetic items, or, I don't know, something like that, then that's fine. The principle is fine, but I still disagree with paying for content when you've already paid so much to get into the game at all. When you're dealing with a free-to-play game, you know, the microtransactions are the way of monetizing their title, making money from it, which is fine, cool. And if it was, say, I don't know, some $15 indie game, I won't really be as bothered because, well, the game's so cheap and there's probably going to be only a few items you can buy in the microtransaction store anyway. But when I've gone into the shop and I've put down £45 or $60 or whatever, I don't then be expecting to have the game say to me, "Hey, you could unlock this extra shiny cool thing by playing in the game, but how about you give us more money instead?" I personally, that just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and especially if it's used for multiplayer to give an advantage, then that's definitely not cool. If it doesn't give advantage, okay, great, you don't have pay to win, which is always nice, but I would argue that microtransactions have no place at all in AAA games. That's my opinion, and I've said it before. There are pros and cons to microtransactions, as I've done before. I've done a couple of videos on that in the past, so I don't want to dwell on that too much, but I just wanted to stress that I've never liked microtransactions in AAA games, and to be honest, I've said this many times when GTA did it, when other games have done it. So personally, unless it's a smaller indie title, when you pay for a game, there should not be microtransactions. But Microsoft is going to continue to learn, which is fine. You know, if they want to test the waters of microtransactions, I don't have anything against that. But I think most people are going to feel the same way as me, that they don't want to be paying yet more money on top of their $60 price tag unless it's for DLC. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.